After the Civil War, the vast territory across the rivers and plains called out to the adventurers of the day, as well as diverse peoples looking for a new life. They went west, some seeking fortunes, others just a place to live freely, to build a life, or raise a family. Throughout the last 150 years, the American West continued its siren song. All of us, regardless of race or gender, have pretended to be cowboys and Indians. And most Americans have received their historical knowledge from movies and television, fiction, not fact. And sadly, many cultures were never portrayed. Today, in a movement to provide accurate historical documentation and information about diverse cultural contributions to our great country, a dream is becoming reality. The National Multicultural Western Heritage Museum and Hall of Fame, founded by Jim and Gloria Austin, is telling the complete story of how the American West was carved out of a vast wilderness. Peoples of all cultures work together in harmony to build communities, establish towns, and create great cities throughout the land. These are the stories we tell. Today, the mystique continues through the hands-on display of historical items and artifacts. Through living history demonstrations, youth and adults can discover diverse ancestral heroes of the past, and at the same time experience contemporary entertainment and role models of today. And through an action-packed multicultural rodeo showcasing traditional and cultural events. Over the period of years the West was settled, there were over 40,000 individuals that worked the trails, the ranches, and the towns. 1/3 of these men and women were African, Native, Hispanic, and Asian Americans, each making contributions to the taming of the West. The National Multicultural Western Heritage Museum proudly displays historical pieces of the West in Fort Worth, Texas, and is telling the story of the forgotten cowboy. The museum documents, preserves, displays, and explains the complete contributions to the history and building of the American West. The National Multicultural Western Heritage Museum and Hall of Fame was established to recognize the outstanding pioneers of the past, as well as the trailblazers of today. At an annual induction ceremony, these great American heroes are honored for their roles in the history of the land. Names like Bill Pickett, the father of bulldogging; Quanah Parker, chief of the Comanche Indians; Jerry Diaz, fourth-generation Charo, trick roper and rider; Mel Blount, NFL Hall of Fame inductee and former Pittsburgh Steeler, recent cutting horse champion; and Herb Jeffries, Hollywood movie star from the 30s and 40s known as the Bronze Buckaroo and lead singer for the Duke Ellington Band. The list continues to grow with those so vital to the taming, growth, and preservation of the West. The Fort Worth Cowboys of Color Invitational Rodeo Tour is a fast-paced, action-packed rodeo that entertains and educates the audience about the multicultural contributions to Western history. Over 300 African, Hispanic, European, and Native American cowboys and cowgirls compete for cash prizes in traditional rodeo events.
Company Buffalo Soldiers!
In addition to the rodeo, Buffalo Soldiers set up a military camp to demonstrate the lifestyle of the 1800s. Mexican charros, trick ropers, and the ladies' side saddle team called the Escaramuzas display the pageantry and horsemanship of our Latino ancestors. And African-American precision drill teams and Pony Express relay teams add group dynamics. The National Multicultural Western Heritage Museum and Hall of Fame, bringing you the diverse contributions of the past, the present, and the future. Get involved today. Learn more of the complete history of the making of the West. Visit the National Multicultural Western Heritage Museum and Hall of Fame, 3400 Mount Vernon Avenue, Fort Worth, Texas. Call 817-922-9999. Visit www.cowboysofcolor.org or attend the Cowboys of Color Rodeo in Fort Worth, Texas. The National Multicultural Western Heritage Museum and Hall of Fame, telling the story of the forgotten cowboy.